What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Kodiak Ranch Outfitter YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a pack dump on my archery elk hunt that I did in September. So first thing we're going to talk about is clothes. By the way, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the page. It helps tremendously with the type of content that I do put out. It gives me an idea of what you guys like, what you want to see. If there's specific videos that you guys would like me to do over any of the things I'm going to talk about today, just drop a comment down below, let me know, and I'll do my best to get them done. That being said, I'm going to go right into clothes. So I took very minimal amount of clothes with me on my hunt, only because I went with a buddy of mine. We had, I don't want to say limited space, but two guys traveling in one vehicle. I just wanted to kind of keep as much of the bulk of the stuff down, because I also brought coolers and everything else. So essentially I had one bag in the truck that had an extra pair of pants, an extra mid layer, and an extra jacket, just in case something happened, things got wet, I couldn't get anything dry, whatever. But I didn't even use any of it, so I'm not even going to talk about that here because it wasn't something that I used. So that being said, as far as gloves, socks, hats, anything like that, First Light Shell Touch gloves I wore when it was chillier in the morning or we were hiking. Had my trekking poles out or whatever, just kind of keep my hands warm. I actually picked up First Light's new wool socks. These are all seasons. I really like them. I've been a darn tough sock person for years, and these are going to probably be replacing them for hunting. I do like wearing them day to day. I'm actually wearing a pair right now. They are great. So have those. I have the Talus fingerless gloves, which kind of sucks because they actually discontinued them. I did pick up a new pair of their fingerless smart, their new wool gloves, and looking forward to trying those out. I brought a midweight neck gaiter and midweight beanie hat for when it was cold. For my base layer, First Light's Wick Merino underwear. I love these. I wear these every day. They're primarily what I wear hunting, not hunting, out and about. These are my go-to underwear that I use. They're awesome. I use the longs. The shorts kind of, aren't really comfortable for me, so I don't get those. So there's those. As far as tops, I wore a Wick hoodie. I found that this paired with the Origin was essentially what I wore every day. The only thing that changed was if it was cold. I put on a pair of long johns, but honestly, again, I didn't even wear them. So for tops, it was a Wick hoodie from First Light, and then my mid or outer layer that I wore all the time was the Origin hoodie, which kind of also sucks that they discontinued these, but if you can find one used or lightly used, it's a great piece to have. I absolutely love mine. I wear mine whitetail hunting. I wear it when I go western hunting. I've wore it in Florida for turkey hunting. I love this piece. It's awesome. As far as insulation, I did bring the UNC 2.0. I have the jacket and the pants that I wore that I packed around in my pack for an insulation layer. So if we were glassing or it was cold and we were just kind of staking out over water or anything like that, I had this. So this was in my pack. As far as bottoms, these are the Corrugate Foundries. I absolutely love these things. The knee pads, the fitment is great on them. They're durable. I wore them for a week straight. The only thing I changed was my underwear midway through the week. But other than that, I love these. So that's what I wore clothes-wise. The piece of gear that I was intending on bringing that I forgot was a pair of gaiters. I had these set out and I totally forgot them. So I was planning on bringing these. I wanted to mention them because I really wish I would have had them. There was a couple mornings it was wet that it would have been nice to have them, just pair with my pants, just to kind of keep everything dry, but it wasn't terrible. And then also, you know, beating around the sage and stuff like that, these are awesome to have to kind of protect the bottom of the pants or whatever. So I forgot. So I would have had these, but I forgot. So with that being said, we will go right into, I'll go to my pack, I guess. Oh, the other thing, rain gear, as far as clothes. I had the pants and the pants and the jacket of the Seek set. This is also, I love this. It actually rained on us one day. It kind of came out of nowhere. I packed this. I'm glad I had it. It kept me dry. Normally people will not take rain gear. I'm not one of those people. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So with that being said, that's the end of my all my clothes. As far as the pack goes, I run a EXO K3. This is the 3200 bag, which I ran the 4800 bag on my EXO, and when I took it off to clean it, I just put my 3200 on because that's what I use mainly around here or whatever. I don't need this big of a bag, but I used 4800. I love this thing. Functionality of it is perfect. I do probably want to get a K4 to try that out, but K3 works great for me. I have no complaints. It fits, it hauls meat great. I absolutely love this thing. I did carry a sidearm with me. This is an ivory holster for my X10. If you haven't, I would definitely check out Ivory. They make a ton of holster options for everyday carry stuff or packs. Like this is one of their packs specific for XO. The way it's contoured and everything for the hip belt, it fits great. Placement is awesome. My sidearm never fell out, never had an issue. It was awesome. So if you're looking for a holster, I would get with Gabriel over at Ivory, and he can definitely get you hooked up. As far as that goes, other gear, my bino harness. This is a FHF gear Pro M. I love this. It fits great. I put their new shoulder straps on it. It's awesome. I don't have any complaints with it. I carried bear spray as well. Never ran in any bears, never seen any bear sign or whatever. But again, it's just one of those things that, I'd rather be prepared for. It's not that heavy. It doesn't bother me. On my Bino pack, an InReach Mini 2. This is something that if you don't have, it's something that I would really suggest you getting for comms back home, keep it in touch. If you got a wife and family and stuff like that, they definitely want you to come home. And this is just another piece of gear that can, make a break. You coming home safe or something happening. So I recommend getting one. It doesn't have to be this one. You can find them used now. They came out with the new InReach Mini 3. It does all kinds of stuff. The 2 works just fine. I'm not worried about sending pictures or anything like that. Windicator. As far as my binos, I'm a 6-hour guy. These are the Zulu 6s. These are image stabilized. These are the 16x42s, and these are awesome. I used these my whole trip. I use them around here. I've used them. I went back to Montana for antelope. I absolutely love these binoculars. If you don't have a set, I would recommend you buying a set because they're awesome. There's that. Chapstick, all the good stuff. Let's see. As far as my rangefinder, because obviously we're archery hunting. This is a Kilo, the 2400 ABS. This was the first model I believe they had with applied ballistics. This thing works great for me. I've had no reason to upgrade. It still works phenomenal. The app still works great. So I have no reason to change. But again, SIG guy, so these are awesome. I've never had an issue. They work great. Cold weather, everything like that. So anyway, final harness. My trekking poles. A lot of guys don't care for trekking poles. I mean, I've packed around stuff, and I definitely think they matter. They make a difference, especially when you're in steep terrain and you're trying to pack out, 120-pound pack or something like that. They're prepared to have. These are just they're Legacy lights. You can get carbon poles. These are aluminum. They work great for me. So other than that, we will move into, I'll just talk about my boots real quick. I'm a Schnee's guy. These are the Schnee Kestrels. I do have a pair of sheep feet in here. I wore these for years. I absolutely love them. They're a great lightweight boot. I did, however, check out the new, I believe they pronounce it the Tor, not sure, when I was in Bozeman. And for a lightweight boot, they're lighter than these if you have these. Those are a great option for early season stuff, possibly even turkey hunting. I'm probably going to pick up a pair. They felt like a phenomenal boot to wear. But these are kind of my go-to for a non-insulated boot. The Beartooth is also on my list of boots that I have that I really love. I've even thought about trying a pair of those in the non-insulated. But these Kestrels are what I brought, and they work great. Moving on to, I'll just talk about water stuff. I'm not a bladder guy. I prefer nail jeans. I carry this in my pack. This is normally affixed to my frame on my pack. This is what I carry on my hip. This works great. I essentially use this for just transporting water or cooking, anything like that. This is what I will put mixes in and what I primarily drink out of. Water filtration. I'm a filter guy. Steri-Pins, I'm sure they were great. I would rather have water not taste like dirt. So I use filter setup. This is a Katadyn Hiker Pro. This thing works great. It pumps just fast enough for me. Usually I'm not in a super big hurry when I'm getting water, so it's not like I'm trying to rush and hurry, so I have the time. As far as water storage, for back at camp, this is a 4-liter Hydro Pack. I can just put filtered water in this, hang it up. It's got a handle on it. Carry it, throw it in between my lid on my pack, carry it to wherever I'm going. So that's what I use for that. As far as cooking, titanium spork. I have a titanium cup, drink coffee. Jetboil. This is the Zip. I did find that I'm probably going to upgrade to the Flash, which is a 1 liter. This is just a little bit smaller. This works great, but there was times I was like, the meals that I need, or if I want a coffee and food or tea or something like that, it doesn't do enough water at one time. So I will be upgrading to the Flash from the Zip, but again, this works great. The only thing I don't have up here as far as like food goes is I pack all of my food in a 1-gallon Ziploc. If you guys want, I can go over my entire food setup, macronutrients, micronutrients, the protein, carbs, calories, for everything I did. I did want to kind of give a shameless plug to Don over at Backcountry Bistro. If you guys haven't heard about Backcountry Bistro, it is something that I would definitely look into. It's veteran-owned, small business. He's semi-local to me. He makes some awesome food. He does it all himself. He has all kinds of stuff. They have desserts, dinner, breakfast. They have all kinds of stuff. It tastes great. Other than that, I use Peak Refuel. I like flavors, nutrients and stuff in those. This is chili mac with sharp cheddar. This is awesome. So if you haven't, check out Backcountry Bistro. So that takes care of food and water. As far as my kill kit goes, I got a Montana Knife Company work sharp sharpener for my Montana knife. This is the Stone Goat. This is what I carry all the time. This works great for skinning, caping, cutting meat. I even use this to cape the head and everything else for getting things ready prepped for taxidermist. Argali, the Guide Series High Country Pack for their ultralight game bags. These work phenomenal. I've packed elk in them. I packed mule deer in them. I packed antelope in them. Deboned elk. This is perfect. It fits. They're awesome. Easy to clean. These are sweet. I do have a cheaper ground tarp for a small, like, one-person tent. I think I picked this up at Bass Pro to kind of set out when we're cutting meat up, or if I need. This is kind of like a utility tarp for me. I use this kind of for everything. It doesn't really weigh anything. It doesn't bother me to carry it. I just keep it in with my kill kit stuff, and that's what we got. Moving on from that, I'm also somebody who carries a first aid kit. A lot of people don't. This is a generic one from REI that I've had for quite a while. I've added some stuff in here as far as just like, Advil, extra strength Tylenol, some earplugs, some good tweezers, and some other topical relief stuff that don't usually come in small kits like this. And with that said, I do carry a tourniquet. Being that we're archery hunting, accidents happen, things happen. I'd rather be prepared, so I do carry a tourniquet, so that is part of my first aid kit. But I keep that in my Possibles pouch, which I'll talk about that next. Possibles pouch is just a pouch that comes with my Exo pack. You can pick these up separate if you want more, whatever. There's matches in here. There's aqua tabs for just in case. Some patch kits for my my tent and my sleeping pad. Some extra thing of chapstick. And then what I also carry in that is a backup headlamp, which this is the Black Diamond Storm. This was my primary light. It has been now moved or demoted to my backup. I do have a bag of batteries. There's rechargeable in here, some AAAs, and the other battery for, I carry a SIG everyday carry flashlight. This is something that's not really super heavy as well, but it's super bright. So like, this is something I can keep in my side pouch if I wanted, on my hip. That, if we're hiking out at night or whatever, and I just need a blast to see some stuff that may be brighter than my headlamp, but I have it, it's there. But with that said, I also, on our way out, I upgraded to the Peaks Backcountry Duo. This is the red version. I really like this thing. It is super bright. It's not super heavy. It did the job. So this moved to my primary light or whatever. So with this, I might not carry this anymore, but for what it weighs, it doesn't really bother me. So that is my headlamp. And then I also carry a Flextail Zero pump. This is for my pad, my sleeping pad, or my sitting pad. This thing doesn't weigh anything either, so it's something that, altitude, you're trying to blow up a giant thing, or a sleeping pad or butt pad or whatever. It's just nice to have. It doesn't bother me to carry. My sitting pad, this is a Climate, the V-Seat. This thing, I was kind of skeptical about. I honestly didn't think it was going to hold up to where we were going to be and like the terrain and stuff, but it did. I never got a hole in it. It held up great. It's super comfortable, doesn't weigh anything. Just keep it on the outside of my pack. It worked awesome. With that said, some other things that I carried. Obviously archery, I carried multi-Allen tool, and then the Matthews, their stay afield system. So like if I had a cable issue or a string issue, this is something that I just keep in my pack with me at all times. So with that said, I'll move into sleeping stuff. I run a Argali Rincon 2-person tent. I did have the insert. I packed this around. It doesn't weigh anything to me. I would really only use an insert it was hot, a lot of bugs, I just don't like bugs and stuff in my sleeping bag, my sleeping area. I'd rather I just know that like I can get a good night's sleep and not have to worry about things crawling on me, especially in the springtime. You know, ticks are terrible, and mosquitoes as well. An insert is also a good way to keep all of those out, give you a good night's sleep. So I run an Archery Rincon. It works great. I have a Sea to Summit Comfort Plus sleeping pad. I've carried this in the stuff sack, out of the stuff sack. Now that I have a pump, I don't necessarily need the stuff sack because this does have a built-in like air pump on the end of the bag. But I might upgrade this to something a little bit thicker. I also run the Archery Dream Pillow. This thing is sweet, and you guys might give me some crap, but like you can stuff. This has some fill in it that is right next to your face or whatever. So it is a little bit larger compared to this is an Aris down pillow, the large. I mean, you can obviously tell this is obviously a little bit bigger, but I mean, it does you can compress it if you would like. But what I do, again, I will put this inside the pillow. That way I can inflate, deflate to whatever I feel like is gonna work best for me that night for sleeping. And it fits in there and it works great. Some people may think that's redundant, but that's just what I do. As far as the tent goes, I did get the carbon pole from Archery only because I wanted to keep my trekking poles in my pack because, you know, if we set camp up, I don't want to have to take my pole down and leave the tent there and everything else. Like if I'm going to do that, I'll just take the whole tent. So leaving it together just works out better for me. And again, the carbon pole doesn't hardly weigh anything. So moving into the last part of the sleep system is my sleeping bag. So this is a North Face Cat's Meow. This is a synthetic bag. I will be upgrading to a down bag just because the down bag will pack down smaller. This bag works great. I believe this is a 20 degree temp rating. It works great. I have no issues with it, other than I just wish it would pack down smaller, but that's the part of synthetic insulation. And also if synthetic insulation gets wet, it can still, you know, kind of keep you warm and everything else. As far as that goes, I will talk about my bow. This is a Matthews V3X. I have a dialed proof sight. I love that thing. I've been shooting with it all year. It is great. I have no complaints. I can shoot plenty of distance with it, even though my elk came into 18 yards. So I didn't have to shoot very far, but I love the sight. Rip TKO arrows. I can go over specifics of my bow if you guys want in a different video. But that's my bow. So that being said, that is everything that I carried with me on my, again, my September archery elk hunt. And really, there's some stuff here that you may carry, may not carry. It's entirely up to you. This is just what I carry, what works for me. So if this video helped you out, if you have any questions about it, please drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, so anytime that I do these videos or anything, you'll get notified. So well, that'll wrap it up for today. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and again, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.